And this is the Mercedes-Benz Rangers postgame show from our Delta MSG studios. After weekend wins over the Wings, disappointment on home ice for the Rangers as they lose 5-3 to the Dallas Stars. Welcome in, John Giannone alongside Steve Valiquette. Disappointment would probably be the operative word given how the Rangers felt despite the opponent over the weekend, figuring on something better tonight that didn't actually happen.
Yeah, I just think that I'm left personally with questions unanswered, and I don't know for sure if Henrik leaves the game because he has a hand injury. I don't know if when Smith takes a penalty in the first period, if that's a number that he took 2 or 3 years ago that he wanted to get back. That's one thing you don't know anymore. Corey Perry's a dirty player. He wears number 10, and sometimes when you take a dirty shot from a dirty player, you can wait 2-3 years. And then when you whack a guy like that, it costs your team. And sometimes even, John, you are aware of it in the locker room because he's going to tell you, I'm going to go after him tonight, got my back, that kind of stuff. I know that happened a lot 10 and 12 years ago. I wonder how much it happens now. But I don't know how the team doesn't put forth a better collective effort in, again, a do-or-die situation when you're looking at this week and trying to get through this week and build a really good week where you can have a chance at the playoffs. And now I think you're reeling.
Yeah, well, you talked about not only the schedule coming up, but the penalties tonight, and they played an integral role in what would transpire because the first 4 goals of the night were all scored on the man advantage, and they were 2 for each team. Rangers had 2 power play goals and 3 on the night, 2 in the first period, and it starts with Pavel Buchnevich doing what we talked about in the pregame against an Anton Khudobin who hadn't played in 16 days. Just throw it at him and see what happens.
Yeah, and Khudobin's a good goalie. He's had a good season, and I actually wonder if we took those 2 goalies and put them in the Rangers' nets, if the Rangers wouldn't have a 925 and a 927, and those 2 guys, Bishop and Khudobin, would have the 910s. That's just the way it is, because the quality the Rangers face versus the quality that the Dallas Stars goalies face are completely different planets. Now, with that said, Buchnevich is doing the right thing, and so is Zibanejad. With Zibanejad driving the back post, that makes everybody make a decision and turn, and Khudobin, he makes the wrong decision and he cheats on the pass, and I thought that was going to play in the Rangers' favor going forward. It didn't really materialize much, but I thought this play helped. And look, we saw Kakko not really distribute the puck, John, too well off the one-timer, but he scored from that spot against Florida. He scored from that spot against the Tampa Bay Lightning. And then you see Howden cashes in off the broken play. But that's how Dallas pushes. They stress their defense, and they push, and they look for blocked shots. They look to get their sticks in lanes. They do a great job. I thought Lemieux was great there at doing what Kreider does. He screens and deflects the goaltender. And I'll tell you right now that when you are screening a goalie and you deflect the puck on the way in, it is more valuable than a breakaway. All right, you have to digest that for a second. I used to think when I was playing that breakaways were the best chances in a hockey game. Right now in 2020, when you screen the goalie and you deflect the puck, the way we see Kreider do it as often as he does it, Pavelski doing it tonight for Dallas, and now Lemieux, if he wants to have a role with this team at some point, if Kreider is on the move, he has to fill that void.
So maybe we didn't expect to see what the Rangers did tonight on the power play, given the fact that no Chris Kreider tonight for the first time all season. Rangers scored 3. They're now 10 for their last 20 on the power play. They made it 2-2. Finally, we got some even-strength hockey and some even-strength goals. Unfortunately for the Rangers, it came from the Dallas Stars. They scored 2 in the middle period, both 5-on-5.
Right, and I think these are the goals that, again, Henrik's going to have to answer for them. He's going to be questioned on them, and it's going to start in the scrum, and it's going to carry over to tomorrow. And because we're so closely watching the goalies, this is what you're going to be looking for. Now, at first glance, it's a shot from the perimeter. It's from deep in the blue line, and nobody likes those. But you got to look at the net front right now, and you've got a battle here with Radulov and D'Angelo. Lundqvist does not have the ability yet to get outside the blue paint, so he's stuck there because this battle's pushing into him. I don't think he's too badly screened here, John. I thought he was looking over the screen enough. And I think where there's going to be some critique is going to be on the fact that it's from distance and did you see it? I know that he didn't get the depth that he wanted ideally, but I thought he had a clear view there. So again, that's one. Now, I'll tell you what, you look at that goal and then you look at the 4th goal, and what happens is, John, when you give 2 goals from distance with clear sight, guess what you're wearing in the 3rd period? a hat.
The towel around your neck. Yeah.
It's just the way it is. Like, this is 2020. Again, 10 and 15 years ago, goalies gave up this goal all the time, right? And now there's a new standard. And the standard in the NHL for NHL goalies, if you see it, you have to stop it no matter what, and you have to pay for it, and that's just the way the game is.
Maybe we should have expected it was going to go in because of the guy who shot it. Blake Como has 14 goals in his career against Henrik Lundqvist. 14! He doesn't even play him that much anymore. Right. 14 goals. The only 3 players in the NHL who over Lundqvist's career has scored more against Henrik: Sid, Ovi, Malkin.
Big names.
And Como is 4th.
Yeah, that's
And he
bizarre.
scored from the dot tonight.
Jeez, it's bizarre.
Yeah.
Sometimes guys have other guys' numbers. And in fact, when he does shoot it, we noted he gets pretty low, right? He gets pretty low, and you're wondering if that's disguise on the shot, if that's just what fools Henrik about Como. But look, when he gets to the dot, again, we're talking about expectations in hockey. You have to be able to make that save when you have clear view on it. And I didn't think that Lindgren did a bad job either, cutting the ice in half. And quickly, we can talk about Lindgren, okay? Because he doesn't get early pressure, but that's pressure enough right there where he cuts the pass, and the job of the defenseman, Lindgren here, he does a good job of being able to distribute that shot to Henrik. You know, that's the only thing he can do. He can't give the pass across. Now, one thing I was looking at with Lindgren today, because I spent time on him preparing for the pregame show, was that he has only been beat across the ice with a pass as a defender 8 times all year. Now, that's amazing when you put it into context with the rest of the guys in the team. There are Ranger defensemen that have given up that pass 30 and 35 times without naming any names, but he's been the best, and he was the only one in single digits.
Wow. So Henrik Lundqvist was put on the bench in the 3rd period. Alex Georgiev finished it up, and the Rangers lose it 5-3. We've got more to come on the Mercedes-Benz Rangers postgame show. I want to tell you that earlier today there was a roundtable panel discussion here at the Garden before the game on our own Anson Carter was in attendance. Executives and members of ice hockey in Harlem celebrating Black History Month and the role of that wonderful organization to grow the sport among the youngsters in the vibrant community of Harlem. Thanks to everybody. We'll be back in a moment.